Ugh. Yeah. I got sexually harassed by a white woman right here about 2 weeks ago. Okay? Yeah, so listen. You never see them. Imagine what these people are like when they're on vacation. And they're stupid as fuck. They're stupid as a door. Remember one lady sexually harassed me, and then she came into a health food store. I don't shop anymore. And she was terrified. She was pretending like everything was fine. She was terrified of me because she knew what she did. Right? That's all you need. You'll never see them again. They're so sick. Like, a lot of women can't control themselves. But yeah, a lot of times you won't see them ever again. I take a lot of shit from people. You can feel a psychological excrement in my veins. And you can just stop. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Well, all three of you are fat, ugly, psychopaths. You're a fat, ugly piece of shit. Your parents are fucking disgusting psychos. You fat, ugly fucking cunt. You're fat, ugly fucking cunt. Right. And they'll attack you in your home. They'll attack you where you walk. They'll attack you where you travel. I've seen psychopaths attack people while they're giving them money and buying them something and doing them a favor. There's all kinds of reasons that psychos, but they're all in the middle class, right? They're not homeless people. The homeless people aren't your biggest problem. They're the middle class. That's where all the psychos are, right? They're not off by themselves like me in the woods. The real psychos are out there getting among people every day. And when I run into them out here, they're psychos. Right? There's one guy out here still gaslighting me. I hardly ever use people's names, even if I know it. And I don't like him. I've told him and his wife I don't like him. And he'll use my name every time he sees me. Mm-hmm. They have no interest in your well-being whatsoever. Why would you ever use someone's name that you don't generally wish them well? Right? That's psychotic. Yep. Okay. What are you doing here? I'm good. River's down. Oh. Shipping and stuff. Well, you can be a little less coordinated when you're dealing with psychotic energy. I'm going to go here and sit down and smoke a joint and just calm my nerves a little bit. Since it's lighter now, this is a good little temple retreat. Now, I'm on okay terms with my mom because I settled her down. I got her to see reason, right? So I leave her to settle it. And just to figure it out. And once she's asked herself the right questions, it's unbelievable. Are you paying for that? I just wonder. You could use them. These people that want my mom to stay in their apartment, they have lots of money. They're cheap psychos. They like to get things for free from older people like Mama, but she doesn't want to see it, right? I said, Mom, you weren't talking to this person last year, and now you're having all these interesting conversations with her. She befriended you for a reason. Now they're asking you the big favor. Right? It all seems so natural, doesn't it? Because psychopaths always want people like my mom and I to work for them for free. The study of psychopathy has occupied roughly 25 years of my life. And I went on to Wikipedia today to look up sociopath and psychopath. It's ridiculous. Lack of empathy, thinks about themselves, acts in a cold, calculating, or in spontaneous manner, reckless. You know, hurts other people without concern. It's not really a functional definition for anyone who wants to really know what they're dealing with. A psychopath, a narcissist, a sociopath, a schizophrenic, these personality disorders, as they're also called, they are common. They're all over the place. Everyone has them, or is dealing with them, or is denying them, or working around them, or building upon them, or internalizing them, or trying to turn them into something else, or not seeing them, and avoiding them, and doing them, and using them, and employing them. So that a psychopath, right? I've been around psychopaths who will accuse me of various things while they're doing those things to me in front of witnesses. It'd be like me saying, you just attacked that person for no reason, and then attacking you for no reason while I'm doing it, right? And it takes the big lie. And if multiple psychopaths are involved, they can basically play off each other. So it's nobody's fault. He tells her, she tells him, he tells him, right? The end justifies the means. I hear Chopin in my mind. Let's smoke a joint. Oh boy. Look. So your home has to be clean. Your home has to be clean. Your home has to have someone there who's nice and clean and doesn't yell at you. Anyone who's yelling at you in your home is sexually assaulting you because it's your home. If someone accuses you of something in public where you're shopping or someplace where you're known and you're comfortable, they're sexually assaulting you because they're going to strip away your ability, rob your ability to continue on with your life in the way that you've become accustomed. They better have a good reason, right? So sexual abuse comes in many forms. My mother robbed my ability to feel safe in my house. These people, especially the female part of that couple in the building, is feral. She's negative. She's septic. I wish her ill. Hey, banish you and repulse you from my blood and my mother's blood. So saith the soul of man. Hey, And sitting here beside this pentagram, and that manager from that store repulsed and be repulsed forward and back through time, all the way out of my blood and my family's blood. So say at the solid man. Ugh. And this other this roaming stalker will be repulsed across every stretch of my sacred blood in time and space. So say at the solid man. I was a little angry by the time I got into that store today. Yes, my mom poisoned my blood. These people are probably alcoholics in the building. It's incredible that they've been grooming my mom to take care of their home and their dog for almost a month in April, and they haven't mentioned money. My mom doesn't even talk to me about it. It's like, I'll have to stay home and take care of the dog for 3 weeks. I said, Mom, I've had this conversation with you so many times. I live outside. My life, my health, my exercise, my work, this is kind of what I do. You've made a decision that forces me to stay home for 3 weeks. Do you get that? And so you see what goes away. What are their priorities? What disappears when somebody's under stress? The welfare of her dog, her son, her roommates, everything just goes away. And she's got this awful expense every month. I'm like, what? It's like she's dug herself a hole because she doesn't think straight about things. She tries to do everything by herself. I'm not going to stay here too long. Let's go. Keep walking. It's creepy. And she's gotten into so many problems and lost so much money, and she feels so bad about it. And she does the same things over and over and over. And I try to help her. It's like, Mom, just talk to me first. Just talk to me first before you're spending money or making big decisions. Just talk to me first. Do you understand? Do you understand? Please do that. Oh, okay. And she never does. She doesn't respect me. She doesn't respect herself. And when she was married to my dad, the money she would spend, I don't know how my dad didn't kill her. I don't know who my dad was blaming from killing her. I mean, it was nothing but domestic terrorism. That's all it was. Just committing daily domestic terrorism. And she wasn't thinking about us. She wasn't thinking about anything. We had a dog that was having a heart attack one night. I didn't know this. My mom knew it and decided to go to bed and not do anything about it because she just is able to eliminate people from her concern. A serious mistake. The dog died with nobody around. Their body was laying outside of our 3 closed bedroom doors. Right? Isn't that loving, Mother? Wow, what a loving way to treat our family member who gives us joy, right? My God, that's like monstrous, right? That's monstrous behavior. This is the other side of my mom, and I love her. Don't get me wrong, I do love my mom, but this is the monstrous side of women. It's the monstrous side of women. Where women, this is the narcissism of women. This is the psychopathy of women. This is the personality disorder of women. This is their problem. It's not men's fault. This is depression. There's all kinds of things. But this is women's problem. This is a problem women in particular have. Right? Because they give and they give and they give so much, then they start taking. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. And they don't ask at that point. They just take. They get theirs. And you can bet that woman in that store, that fat young girl, right? When she's at home, she goes home and she's eating huge quantities of food in front of the television. And that's all she's doing when she's not working, okay? The kind of person, their brain doesn't work properly anymore, right? Okay. Let's keep going. We'll feel better by the time we get rid of it. Yeah. Right? I'm talking about the dark side of my mom. I'm not saying that as a person, I hate her, I wish her ill, nothing like that. Quite the opposite, right? I hate the demon, right? I hate the demon. How can you get rid of the demon if you don't hate the demon, right? Right? What do you think all your anger is for? It's to get rid of the demons. It's to curse the parasites. Now, it was there 2 days ago, it went away, and it came back again yesterday. And those people she's talking to, they're demonic. And they're playing to her, my mom's indulgences, her compulsions, her magical thinking. They're selling her on something, just like used car salesmen. Will you do this? Hey, would you like to stay in our apartment? Oh, right? Not like a formal offer, like, oh, we're looking for someone to house sit for a month, you know, and we'll pay you something. It's like, oh, would you like to stay in our 6th floor apartment? Ocean views. It's like, it doesn't matter how nice it is. It's not your home. My mom will move in for 3 weeks, and she'll move out, and she'll be exhausted, and she'll have nothing for it, and she'll be pissed, right? She'll be pissed as fuck. And after a day or two of her ocean view and her coffee, she'll miss her dog, right? And she'll realize that she's trapped. She's trapped herself again, because that's a major emotion she has. She lets herself get trapped. She's trying to escape from her life, and she finds ways to get more trapped, right? It's a big emotion of female sexual predators, is feeling trapped all the time, right? So they've played to her, I don't want to be trapped energy. Trapped and trapped and trapped, right? How do you know you're not trusting me right now? Right? They're predators. They're just predators. And my mom is going to get there, and she's going to realize she can't leave for 3 weeks. She can't go anywhere. She can't visit anyone. Nothing. Now she's got 2 dogs to take care of instead of 1, and she still doesn't have any money. And they're not even paying her. And the fact that she's just in a different geographical location, 6 floors up, doesn't matter anymore, because it's not even her place anyway. And she's doing it for free. She's going to be humiliated. You work for free. You work for free. And why do you think my mom does? Why do you think my mom works for free? My mom is an amazing person. She's been taking care of people for a long time. they're doing you a favor, don't they? Oh, I thought you'd like that. And it's not even just the apartment, it's the energy behind it. These are sick people, and my mom's connecting to them. And it's making her sick, and it's bringing sickness in my home. He's a sick man. Right? They're both very sick people. I spend my life avoiding sick people. I walk down the boardwalk to avoid people, and then I come home, and I've got a combination of a mini number of sick old people preying on me in my home, and around all that sickness. And it reverses everything I did in the last 2 days. It's disgusting. And I said to my mom, you're puking into my blood. Like, why don't you just all just take care of your own shit? I haven't had headaches for a while. I haven't had abdominal pain, and now I have a slight headache and a slight abdominal pain. That's from blood poisoning. Sorry, nothing. She's not aware of her energy. She's not aware of what she's doing. My dad lived with that for 18 years. Unnatural terrorism, emotional terrorism. She gave him a physical, sexual disability. No, unapologetically, she's feral, essentially. She's like the feral psychopathic female, trapped by rape when she was 5 years old. Right? And she's going to be trapped in that apartment too. She's fashioning another prison for herself. Right? It's going to cost her even more money somehow. I'm sure of it. She'll find a way for it to cost her money. 3 weeks, they haven't even offered her $50. Nothing. Right? It's a special relationship. Right? Right? Besides, they might need her more than once. What if they need you next time? Okay? They want to make sure they get as much out of you as possible. They want it to be a friendship thing. Hey, do us a favor. Right? We're doing you a favor. You get to house sit. Right? There's your value right there. And we can use you and do whatever we want with you. They're sociopaths. They're just fucking psychopaths. Like the bus drivers. There's not a single person on that bus, and they still drive away from people. It's amazing. You still drive away from people at bus stops, and there's nobody on your buses. Right? Do you have any sense of pride whatsoever? The BC Transit locally is a cult of sexual predators. That's all they are. So it's just a matter of time. And the RCMP, same thing. There's an eagle, right? Protection. Bald eagle. Telling the truth, right? Things that people will not say. They've lowered their inhibitions about how they handle the public. And they've got a very advanced defense system using the RCMP and each other. It's a cult. I said, Mom, if you don't ask for some money, we're not going to give you any. The first rule of negotiation, you can't get what you don't ask for. Ask for what you want. I had an old man on a bike fucking sexually assault me over once. Ran his bike right behind me. He just projected onto me, right? He basically assaulted and battered me. I went on his way. Undeterred. Oh, I hate the roadway. Ooh. Let's get off it. I find it really helps to make fun of sexual predators. I give them names sometimes. You know, not always. Mickey the Sickie, that was really easy. Oh, the fucking school bus. He doesn't even have his mask on. Hilarious. To pick up the sacrificial kids to the school system, turn them into good Canadian psychopaths, right? Good hardworking demons, right? They're devoid of all real ethics, orientation to the natural world of their birth and their heritage, so they can just go along with the colonial wet dream. Yay! Three cheers for genocide! Yay! I'm surprised they don't learn that in school. 3 cheers for genocide. Do. Brown people who are not like us could just go to hell. Yay! It's quite a powerful cult, the world, the military, the labor system. I think some of the creepiest stories are RCMP officers once let go a guy who had exposed himself to children on the beach and was clearly recovering from a meth overdose of some kind. And he's like, oh, it's okay, he's clean cut. He came up and accosted me, I guess, because I'm not clean cut. Clean cut was the reason he was going to let him go. Because of the shortness of his hair. It was fine, the guy still creeped off and never came back again, that's all it really. And I didn't call the police, by the way. A young female sexual predator did. And she's hovering around him like she wants to eat his penis. She just goes back and goes back to look at his naked body. Right? Finally she calls the police. Right? Because she's got to cover up her own perversions. She can't touch him, so she wants the police to do it for her. Right? And she tells me that in learning to be a nurse, she's learned to lower her inhibitions and become a pervert. Lower her sense of shame. And that's what they teach them. Right? It's right there in front of you. Right? And I eventually dismissed the police officer as the complete fucking, amazing person that he is. And he walks away, all fucking 350 pounds of him, hobbling along the beach, right? Stretching their uniforms every day of the week. on the tax dollar. They're the biggest fucking welfare drains in North America. Worst use of money. They're probably sitting down, rolling back their fucking black gold right now, their coffee. I knew I'd start feeling better as I kept walking, get some fresh air out here. It's all about where you go though. I found that this area is really good for recovery if I get attacked. Okay, feeling a bit better. Yeah. And what it is like this woman that I'm talking to, she's a psychopath, so she's polluted. Right. So I had to cut my mom down to size a little bit, get her to a sober state of mind, because they're pulling her out of herself and getting what they want. I can see it energetically. This woman was talking to my mom at 100 yards away. I could tell. I've seen it before. I studied these things. I knew she was pulling my mom out of her energy. She was pulling it. They have a lot of needs. And they're very aggressive about meeting them. That's why she sexually harassed me to begin with. Right? They're very demanding, high-cost people. And I see them around and be like, do you do what you do for free? Hey? Don't let me catch you abusing,